Hi everyone, welcome to Venice Today. My name is Nancy Scott and I have a wonderful guest today. Her name is Karla Blake and we're gonna just talk Venice today. So first of all, Karla, tell us who you are and what you do for a living and a little bit about what brought you to Venice, Florida.
I am a licensed insurance agent in 14 states. I specialize in Medicare. I help seniors navigate through the maze of Medicare. It's a complicated time. When you're turning 65, you're just inundated with information pertaining to Medicare, and so I help people navigate through that maze so that they have a comprehensive understanding. Ultimately, I want to see them making informed decisions.
Yeah.
So it's my mission statement. I am a single mom of 4 children.
And my youngest graduated.
My youngest just graduated at Venice High School, where I went to high school. So my family moved here actually in 1972. So I went to Venice Elementary, Venice Junior High, and Venice High School.
Wow.
After college, I moved away and I moved to Fort Lauderdale. I got married. I had 4 children. After my divorce, I moved back here in 2018. Even though I lived on the other coast, we were always coming back here because of family and dear friends. I was too organically building a business here as well, because I do have a license in the state of Florida. So as my mom's friends were turning 65, they were calling me, so I would come over on business at the time. And now I have a home office here in Venice, and I have a physical office in Broward County.
Wow,
so
that's fantastic. So you've really set some roots up. Only just in Venice, but in
my family is here.
Venice. I mean, the average age of Venice right now is
the median
67?
age is, I thought it was 66, but
66?
it might have changed.
Okay.
I thought if anything it's getting younger.
Right.
Because so many families are now moving in. We do have an awesome governor.
Yeah.
And everybody is.
And we want to keep and we want to keep our young in this area.
They keep us young.
Yeah, so maybe that's it.
They do. They keep us young. It's their energy and their music, and I love having the kids at my house, and miss all that high school energy that I had. I was parenting a minor child my entire adult life. Yeah. So now it's like this new chapter.
Right. I know when my daughter graduated from high school in 2020, and then she left home, I sat in my house after she left and I said, what am I going to do now? I've been parenting for 28 years.
Right.
And now it's my time. So it took me a little bit of an adjustment to get used to that lifestyle, but not too long.
Yeah.
What do you like to do? Like what are some good restaurants? If somebody were to come to visit in Venice, Florida, what would you tell them? Where would you tell them to go and to do? Just give us a little bit of highlight.
I think you and I were also talking about Sharkies and Fins.
Yeah.
Sharkies on the beach has live music, and it is a tourist attraction. And so if you're beachside by the Gulf, you definitely want to experience Sharkies and Fins. Fins is finer dining. Yeah. You want to experience Crow's Nest by the jetties.
Love it. Love Crow's Nest.
Like even becoming a summer member at Venice Yacht Club is so beneficial, because there's a lot of fun to be had where you're always going to get served. You're not waiting in line for a table. It's easy to just go to the club. And summer memberships are very affordable.
Actually, you can go to several clubs, because a couple years ago, before we joined Mission Valley, even now that we're our social members, we can still go to other clubs like the Venice Yacht Club and Plantation and the other area country clubs in the summertime. So that's a great benefit of being in Venice, Florida in the summer. It's true.
Another place that we often hit is British Open Pub, because it's just such a pub experience. And then going on Venice Avenue, it's just charm, and they've spent so much time and money in beautifying that downtown area, and it is just like a little Hallmark town. It really is.
Speaking of Venice, I don't know where you were over the weekend, but I went to the Beach Bash over at Venice Beach this weekend, and the first 1,500 people that arrived there got a free t-shirt. So I love it. It's a fun
Colorful.
shirt. It's
Yeah.
colorful. Always something to do in this area.
Oh,
That's
for
what
sure.
I really love about it.
I was in graduation mode.
You were in
High
graduation.
school
mode.
graduation.
Oh,
yeah,
my
so there was
gosh.
kind of.
And talk about being creative. Well, for our daughter who graduated in 2020, unfortunately they didn't have graduation, so we took her and her friends and the parents, of course. We asked the kids to get their cap and gown, and we went right in the middle of downtown Venice and the banyan trees. I said, kids, you're graduating in Venice, Florida, and the banyan trees, if you've never seen them in Venice, it is
on the
sight
island.
to see.
It is,
Yeah.
it's for sure. And that whole walk actually is quite lovely. I've often parked in the very first block on Venice Avenue and walked all the way down to the beach. When you take that walk and then you walk back up and the sidewalk and the median, they really made that so lovely. And when I say it's like a little Hallmark town, it really is. You have that gazebo, and they do Friday nights entertainment and music, and they really try to create a nice vibe in the downtown, the island is what we call it.
Yeah, we call it
And
the
now
island.
And now I just heard the circus is coming back. And see, when I grew up here in Venice, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus was here.
Yes.
And we actually had a baccalaureate in the circus arena.
Oh,
And so
did you?
as seniors, we had to clean the circus just in case it was bad weather and we weren't going to be able to have the ceremony on the football field. We had a backup plan at the circus.
Wow. AKA the Circus Bridge. It's literally, they call it the Circus Bridge.
If you go beneath the circus bridge, underneath, and
yeah.
along the intercoastal, that Legacy Trail goes all the way. And so, but the weekend before, my girlfriend and I, we walked all the way by the train station, over the Venice Avenue Bridge,
exactly
onto the avenue. We walked.
You walked?
We walked it. And then we had breakfast at a charming, it was like 123 cafe, breakfast.
So you've seen a lot of changes.
A lot of changes. And you know, can I
changes.
say, a lot of changes are good, and a lot of them make me sad because it isn't the small, charming place that it used to be. And a lot of the Northerners are coming down and they want to, what they call beautify, but they're making changes that are losing the charm and hominess of what it was. It's becoming overpopulated where it really isn't as delightful during season to be driving around.
But one good thing at the island, you can't expand the island. I mean, it is what it is, and you know they're not putting high rises on the island, so it's like it's going to only grow until it stops growing because there's only so much space.
But they're clearing land and removing trees on the island that have been around a long time because someone bought the lot, or someone that's a lot that's been in a family for a long time, and you know, so things are changing, and some are great changes and some are sadder changes, and it's just changing the dynamic and charm of what Venice used to be. It's growth, development,
and that's just one small area. I won't even get into the other gigantic, large areas that they're building.
But it's also very exciting now. The hospital. On the road, Sarasota Memorial.
And they're building office buildings, right? And doctor's offices.
I just think the infrastructure and the roadways are just needing expansion.
Any tips you have for the summer? Some of the things I think of for the summer, if anybody's coming down to visit Venice, Florida, or you live here maybe for the first summer. My parents, actually this is their first summer here.
Is it really?
It is, because they sold their home in Ohio, going back and forth for several years, and now this is their first summer here. Some of the tips I would say for being in this area in the summer is, for sure, anywhere you go, take a sweat towel with you because it's hot. And and you just have to adjust to it. So I always say, take a sweat towel. Really,
it's not about blowing out your hair.
Yeah.
Let it go natural. Open it up and off your neck.
Right.
And, there's a lot of natural alternatives to bug sprays if you're more organic and homeopathic. And rosemary is very good.
Oh, I have a rosemary plant outside.
At keeping bugs away, and you can just put that in some olive oil, and it's a very natural bug repellent.
Okay.
Sunscreen is important.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize how hot it gets, and I see these seniors, they're new to the area and they want to take a walk at noon. It's not recommended. You have to do your walks early in the morning when it's cooler, or at dusk, sunset, as it's, as heat stroke is a real thing. Yeah. Stay hydrated, drink lots and lots of water.
Lots and lots
Whatever
of
water you're drinking, drink more.
Right.
You're not drinking enough.
Right.
Your skin will thank you when it's hydrated, your hair, your body will thank you, because you're just going to have to adjust to the humidity.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we can be on that fast-paced, jet-setting life, go here, go there, do this. Just kind of take it easy, take it down a notch.
Slow down in the parking lots too, because we're not the Northerners. We take our time. Our population has a lot of seniors, and pedestrians have the right of way. And seeing, Speedy Gonzales in our shopping centers is not appreciated so much.
Sharkies, and Venice Beach is the shark's tooth capital. Is it of the world, or are we saying like the United States? Venice is known for the shark tooth capital. Now, I have yet to find a shark tooth of any substance. Yes, really? And it's very frustrating.
Go after a storm.
Go after a storm
when it's all new, washed, and the sand is fresh, and that's when to go, and you're going to find your shark's teeth.
And now that we're approaching summertime, now is a great time, because now the storms and the rains are on their way to soak us and water our plants and flowers.
And that's another thing too, is it's the hurricane threats that we get living in Florida, that in red tide, those are real things, downfalls to living in paradise, that a lot of Northerners, as they move to this area, are not used to. So what we try to do as Floridians is kind of have our hurricane prep already established, so that when a storm comes, we're not scrambling to accumulate these things, that you already have your hurricane prep, your batteries, your flashlights,
and candles.
Candles are hot, and they bring out heat.
Yeah.
So if you've ever been in a house that's lost power,
that's a northern thing.
You don't want to turn on candles because it's radiating heat. And one thing in Florida in August or September or even October, if you lose your power and you have no air conditioning, your house will be hotter on the inside than it is on the outside.
Yeah, I believe it, because it happened to us.
And so we have an air mattress that pumps air, so it's not requiring electric. So air mattresses are good for outdoors. We have fans that are battery operated fans. So
pools,
you need a generator. A lot of times when a hurricane comes, your pool gets dirty, so it isn't swimmable. So you think of your pretty pristine pool. However, when debris and everything has been flying, and your screen gets torn, and you've got leaves in your pool, it's not as desirable, and your pool man is not heading over, because he's dealing with his own, pool and his own home. So all that stuff is, extra water. But if you have pets, then, making sure you have enough food for them as well. These are kind of like the hurricane prep corner that you keep standard, so that when storms come, you're not scrambling.
Right. People flock to the grocery stores.
Right. In a panic. Because the media will make you feel like we're gonna die. Oh gosh. I mean, don't watch the news. Just know where the storm is, but don't watch the news, because you'll be completely panicked. I've lived here and had so many hurricane parties and lived through so many hurricanes. And then when you watch the news, you start feeling all this anxiety, because they have you amped up that you're going to die.
And then with my home watch business, I have my clients calling me from all over the world, or emailing me going, Nancy, there's a hurricane coming. Check my house, and I need videos, I need that. And I go, okay, now let's just calm down. It's not that bad yet. It's just it's the news media scaring everybody. And then of course people are thousands of miles away from their home, and of course they would worry. And so my job is to keep them from not worrying. So good good idea to be very prepared, whether you live here or you don't
Right.
live here.
And another thing too,
In
while
summer.
we're talking about it in the summer, is the storms. Venice definitely has a lot of thunderstorms, like electric,
Like last night.
lightning storms.
Yeah.
And the lightning is real. I mean, we actually lost a very close family friend. He was struck by lightning while he was on a jet ski. And the storm comes in, and when it comes in quick. It moves like it's shocking how fast it moves. So it isn't, oh, we'll just wait this out. It's get safe. Get safe.
Yeah, if you're on the beach and you see the clouds and you
just-
see one strike of lightning bolt, you better make a dash for it.
You do, really. I know several people that have, lightning has come very close to them.
Yeah.
And so it's a real thing,
Yeah.
when lightning is striking and the storms and the clouds start getting ominous, it's time to pay attention.
Karla, is there anything we forgot to add?
Okay. There's a lot of bodies of water in this community.
Yes.
And what is very important is that you don't feed the alligators.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Yes.
and it's also important, don't let your dog swim in the lakes. Don't let your dogs off a leash near the lakes. Like in Plantation, I lived in Plantation, I walked my dog on the leash and there was an alligator on the sidewalk.
Oh,
So these alligators are crossing
yes.
the lake and they're walking.
Yes.
And they're on the golf course, they're on your patio, they're on your lanai, they could be at your driveway, your front door, your back door.
All of the above.
It is all of the above.
Yes.
And they are real and they are not friendly and they are dangerous, but they are also endangered species.
Yes.
So they are protected. So you really need to call the police when you see an alligator. They are trained and they can help with that. But I know everything in you wants to video the fact that you are seeing an alligator and it's really dumb. Remember last year this time, there was a Nokomis man who jumped in the lake and saved his dog from an alligator. Like he opened opened the mouth of the alligator. He jumped on the back to rescue his dog.
I believe it. That's how much people
that
love their
is one
dog.
brave
I believe
man.
it. Yeah.
One brave man.
Yes. Oh
Your
my
adrenaline is pumping.
gosh.
So that is another tip. Alligators are in every single body of water. Every single lake in Florida, there is an alligator. Do not let somebody say, oh, there are no alligators, because those things, they walk and they go from one to another. Even the man-made lakes, they find their way. They get there through canals and the drains, and then they grow. And they're cute little babies that grow into 6, 7, 8 foot alligators. And so I have friends on border, clients on border, and he lost 2 German Shepherds, and they're big dogs to a gator. And so that was in the lake. And so
experience.
and so
First-hand experience.
well, I mean, this is reality of what we have.
And my
in the area.
neighbor was riding his bike along our trail, and an alligator attacked him. Well, he attacked his bike. Luckily, he got away and he didn't get hurt. But I'll tell you what, that put a big scare.
Well, and this was another thing. My son was walking in Plantation and the alligator was crossing and kind of chased after him, because the young ones have energy and they'll run after you because they're like a teenager, spunky.
Oh,
I'll
spunky.
say.
Yeah.
And so it ran after my son, and how wicked of a mom am I that I laughed, but he's okay. I mean, and that's what made it funny. But I always told him that if an alligator is chasing you, to run zigzag, because they're not, they don't have the agility.
Yeah.
But they can run up to 50 miles an hour. And so, and they're,
But not zigzag.
but not zigzag, you're messing with them. They don't have the agility.
So maybe you could practice running a little zigzag.
Run zigzag. And it is not funny. It was wicked of me to laugh. But, teenagers give you enough agita that when things like that happen, you do kind of have a mommy moment and go, yes.
Yeah. Well, those are some great tips, Karla. Thank you. And thank you for being my guest today.
Of course.
On
Thank you
Venice
for
Today. And I hope everybody was able to gain some tips about this beautiful area.
It
in
really
Florida.
is so beautiful.
It really
is paradise.
Come down and visit.
We definitely gave,
Here.
some of the other sides of it, like storms and hurricanes.
We're just being
that
real.
Is being, preparing for everything.
Right.
But it is paradise, and we love the mixture of culture that
Yeah.
has come here
Oh,
now,
yes.
and it's such a
Oh my gosh.
mishmash of northeastern and northwest and
Canadians.
Europeans now are into this area
Yeah.
as well, visiting into our community
Yeah.
and spending money in our local businesses. And you know, I always like to support our local mom and pops.
Absolutely.
You know, it's so important.
That's
And
right.
then our chamber and the benefit
And our
of being a
chamber.
member at our Chamber of Commerce, and they are a wealth of information as well.
Oh.
So for all the members that pay like us to be a member of the chamber, then when people move into the community and they're looking for businesses or they're looking to figure out their way around places,
Yeah.
you know, that's
Starting a
great-
business, looking for a service. One of the things I did when I moved down here almost 10 years ago, I made an appointment at the Venice Chamber with the then marketing manager. Her name was Donna. It still is Donna. An appointment with her to go and meet her and belong to the Venice Chamber. So literally, I dropped off my boxes and I drove down to the chamber and met with her, and that's you're instantly connected to people in the community. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know how we can help you down the road. If you want some more information about this area, please let me know.
Like, subscribe,
Like,
share.
Like, subscribe,
Thank
share.
you.
Thank you. Heart, heart. Bye.